All right. Hey, everybody. Come on in. Just waiting for Khalid to join. Happy Saturday if you're in the States. And if you're in Australia. Hi, Khalid.
Hey, how are you?
How are
I'm
you?
good, thank you.
I'm so glad it worked because sometimes when people try to send me a request or even accept it, it doesn't work. They have to
Nah,
keep resending it.
nah. How
How
are
you
you?
feeling?
No, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I pulled up good luck from last night. Yeah, thank God.
Congratulations.
No, thank you. No injuries, and yeah, ready to go for the next one.
So no injuries.
Yeah, no, I pulled up good. Yeah,
You did okay. So if I'm right by the research that I did, is this 6-0?
7-0. It was
7
7-0.
and 0. All right,
Yes,
champ. That's huge. That's
more.
huge.
Yeah, more to come. More to come. More to come. Looking forward to it.
Yes. So one of my first questions that I have to ask you was I watched a few of your videos, right? Before you go and you do your boxing match. What makes you dance when you get out there?
For me, it's just that's just staying relaxed for me, just having a good time. Like for me, it's just living in the moment. Like everyone just
Yeah.
gets caught up into all the bullshit. I just want to just be relaxed and be happy. Hey, you're not gonna get another chance to live life again. You just gotta live in the moment and do what you do best. And yeah, I just want to be happy with what I'm doing. That's it. And do
Yeah.
it with,
No,
and do it with a smile on my face.
you definitely do. And you have nice teeth as well.
No,
Is that why they call you pretty boy? Because you're nice teeth and you're nice smile?
yeah, I think so. I think so.
Who gave you that nickname?
One of my trainers, because I
Oh,
always like to smile and have a good time. They just say, "Let's call you Pretty Boy." When I came out of prison, yeah, everyone's like, "Let's just call you Pretty Boy," and I'm like, "Yeah, no worries, let's do it." I'm easy going.
yeah. Well, do
Yeah,
you
that's
have it
good.
like
For me, I don't mind it because it's a little bit cheeky. It makes people laugh. It's like, who is this guy? The guy comes out dancing, named Pretty Boy. But for me, it's just like entertaining the fans, entertaining the people who are coming to pay to watch a good fight, and you got to
yeah,
put a good show on at the same time.
absolutely. So
Uh,
it gets you
everyone,
paid.
everyone, yeah, everyone can throw a punch. At the end of the day, it's like people want more. At the end of the day, that's how it is. You got to
Oh,
be an entertainer.
absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when I was younger and I used to watch wrestling, like my favorite wrestlers would just have something about them. Like before they would, get into the boxing, in the wrestling ring, they would come out and do something really like captivating. You'd be like, oh my God, what are they going to do next? Or what music are they going to play to really get you going? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Do you prefer like to come out playing hip hop or do you like mix it up sometimes or what?
Well, I've been coming up to the same song since I turned pro. It's called Acorn Back on the Block. The
Oh,
lyrics just say everything about my life and what I've been through, and I really connect to that song. And yeah, I just don't change it. I just keep the same song and keep that same positivity and that same vibe. Just living life to the fullest and doing what you do best.
absolutely. I was going to ask, do you have like a ritual when you actually come out? Is it like the same music? Do you like eat the same foods or do you like,
No, nothing. No, nothing. I like the song. For me, I just like the song, and I just keep the same song. But nah, I just keep back in the back and just relax. I don't really have anything what other fighters do. Everyone is different, but no, I'm just easy going.
I'm gonna be honest, I was a little bit worried. I was like, oh my God, what if he goes live and he has like a black eye and his face is all messed up? And even though
Nah, that's
that's a
what
part of the game, but
that's exactly it.
the sport.
Exactly. I'm not wearing sunglasses. That's a good thing. Most
Yes.
fighters do wake
If
up the
you would have
next
had
day. I'll got big glasses on, but yeah, nah, I pulled up good. Alhamdulillah, and yeah.
yeah, if you would have had sunglasses, I wouldn't have said nothing. I would have just kept talking because I'm
Yeah,
not here to judge anybody. So I
nah,
have a question. What made you get into the sport of boxing? Because boxing is something that somebody just doesn't wake up and say, hey, I want to just throw punches and get punched sometimes. What made you do that?
oh, look. my dad loved Muhammad Ali. We used to watch Muhammad Ali
Mm.
matches, and I was like, I want to be like him. And yeah, since I was a kid, I was like, I always wanted to box. My dad didn't just allow me to box, and I just
Yeah.
done it behind his back, and made me love the sport that much more. And
Hmm.
yeah, I just wanted to be the best of what I do. And for me, like, I just wanted to be someone like Muhammad Ali who inspires others to get greatness out of themselves. And I just loved that the whole story of him. And yeah, and I just wanted to emulate someone like him and do it in my own way.
And I kind of can get that from you because he used to love to dance around. That man used to love
Exactly.
to dance around.
Exactly.
And he was a huge jokester. He's actually my favorite boxer as well. And then it's
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Yes, look, there's a lot of great boxers out there. Mike Tyson's one of my favourite boxers too, and Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robertson. You know, I
Yes.
can name so many boxers out there. You know, but Muhammad Ali just had something about him. He was a little bit different from others. You know, which
Yeah.
like in life, people come along and I say one of one, none before, none after. Mike Tyson's the same. You know, it would never be
Yeah.
another Mike Tyson.
Ever.
But yeah, you know, there's people like that in the world, and yeah.
Have you met any of your favorite boxers or any?
Nah, no one, no. Muhammad Ali ended up passing away. I'd like to meet Mike Tyson one day. See
Yeah.
if that happens. And yeah, for me, like I'm boxing now. I got my own journey. I want to make my own footsteps in the sand, and yeah, I want to have my names in the lights in America and like Las Vegas, New York, and people talking about my not just my stories, just my boxing at the same time, and I want to leave a legacy behind.
Do you want to be, if you can choose one thing to be, I guess, recognized for, or to, like you said, your legacy, would it be boxing, or do you have any other passions or anything else you know?
Look, boxing is a very small part of your life, you know. For me, boxing is is helping me get to where I want,
Yeah.
and the next journey of my life is for me. What legacy I want to leave behind is never giving up. You know, like that person who always strived through whatever hardship he went through. He never used it as a um, like a negative. You know, a lot of people say used to be victims to their stories. You know, I want to be a success. I want to show people you can come at it something dark and create your own light. You know, and that's what I really want to show it people, and that's the kind of legacy I want to leave behind.
Okay, so if I could, let's segue into that. What is Khalid Baker's story? What is your story?
I was wrongly convicted for a crime. Spent 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
Kept fighting, kept fighting, kept fighting. And at the end of the day, it was a lot of people who didn't believe me on it. But I just knew deep down in my heart, I just couldn't just give up. You know, and that's that thing about me, that what I want to leave behind to show people, you know, whatever you go through, believe in yourself. Don't worry about anyone else. And I knew one way or another I'm going to come out. My story will come out. But I just had to keep pushing forward. You know, now I'm out boxing, doing what I love doing. I was going to represent Australia in the Commonwealth Games right before I got locked up, but I ended up getting locked up 7 to 13 years. But, you know, I turned that negative to a positive, and now I turned pro, and I got 7 fights, 7 wins. It's more things to come, you know. I can't wait to win the Australian title, hopefully in the next 2 or 3 fights, and get ranked in the world and start ticking them off, like start ticking the big names off, get to where I
Yeah.
want to get to. And yeah, I want to really show my parents, you know, like my parents are stuck beside me for all these years, my family. I want to show them that, you know, whatever crap I went through, their son became great from it, you know.
Absolutely.
And I want to, when they leave this world, I want
Mm-hmm.
him to be happy. I want him to be proud. I want him to say, you know what? My son is a beautiful, soft, gentle man, and
Yeah.
and that's from them. Yeah, that's the story. Yeah, for me anyway.
If I may, could I give you some advice on something? So while I'm hearing you talk, you remind me a lot of myself. I've had a lot of adversities in my life. I've dealt with things from homelessness, abuse, all kind of stuff. I used to have a really bad speech impediment where I couldn't talk without having a stutter or a stammer. And sometimes I still kind of have it, but it kind of made me be very recluse. And I never really thought, you know what? I'm gonna keep getting bullied, and I'll probably never come of anything with myself. But I used to start to think in the I am going to be great. I am going to be, a good member of society. I am going to be the best version of me. I am going to have great friends. And I started to do that. And for example, you and I are talking right now because you don't know me at all. I took a
Yeah,
chance. After hearing about your story, I'm like, let me reach out to this guy. I knew for a fact that you were wrongfully, accused of what they said you did. But it was more than just that part of your story because you didn't give up. And so I'm like, let me manifest this and see if the stars will align. But he'll give me a chance to just ask you a few questions. I know you're a busy man, and we're here. It's because I speak in the I am. I speak in what I know is to come. So the next time somebody asks you, make sure you say, I am going to be the greatest. I
yeah.
am going to make my family happy. I am going to be the best version of me. I am going to continue to, give back to my community and just be amazing, because I picked that up from you just from watching that 60 Minutes documentary about you. And I cried like a baby because I know a lot of people can just, I guess, empathize with your story, but also see a kind person from within. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't really matter where you may be behind bars, in the comfort of your own home. You still can see that bright light. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what the situation is, you have to have that hope and that faith. So has faith helped you get through those times when you were locked up or at your lowest low? Do you turn to faith to kind of help you get through?
My faith was always there, but my faith came. It, it was a lot stronger when I started going through that hardship, because in life we forget when we're in like the good times, we forget to turn back to God and say, no, thank you for what we have. We're selfish in that way sometimes, but when bad things happen, we turn to God straight away. And for me, for when what all the things that I've been through, I turned to God and I said, you know what, God, I said, I need your help.
Yeah.
I need you to help me get through this. And and he did. I came out a better person. Like, it made me a more humble and caring person. And I thank God every day. I pray 5 times a day, and it made my faith a lot stronger. And it's made me look at life a lot different now. I don't. For me, I don't drink. I don't take no drugs. Never did, really. But the thing was, it was just made me look at life like you never know when it's over. And do you want to look back in life one day and say, what have I done with my life?
Yeah.
I want to look back and say, I don't want to be, I could have. It's I did. I
Yes.
accomplished. That's
Absolutely.
that thing that I have inside me. It's like, I want to look back when I'm like 60 or 70 and say, I accomplished everything I wanted to do, and I didn't let nothing stop me, and I didn't let anyone stop me. I'm not here to be in a box where people want you to be. I'm going to be free. I'm going to have no limits. I'm going to do everything I want to do. At the end of the day, if you're doing everything right, you're not hurting anyone. Live your life.
Yeah.
Live your best life, and so many people want to care what other people think about you. At the end of the day, when you live your life to please others, you're the one who's going to be miserable. For me, I don't want to please others to be miserable. I want to please myself, and when I'm pleasing myself, I want to please others. I always say, pay it forward, because for me, a lot of things happen in my life. A lot of people who there's a lot of people who help me out, and that's why I always say, God bring people in my life, positive people, for me to grow as a man and give back.
Isn't
And
that important though? See, but it's a blessing to have a strong circle. I have a
Exactly.
strong circle of friends that are actually my family because I don't really have a family. My family
Yeah,
members are still alive, but they're people that I choose not to hang around with or be associated with, if that makes sense. You know, I'm grateful to God that He gave me the parents I have, but at the end of the day, I take care of me. So my friends
that's
have
right.
became my circle, and they have became my support system. They have became my, you know, my confidants. And so if they were doing things bad, if they were telling me things like drink, smoke, beat people up, all these other crazy things, I wouldn't be here pursuing my dreams through it all. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So I know
exactly.
that your circle has played a big part in your success and what got you through and what, you know, helped you with those darkest days. It's really, really important. And I had wrote something down that I had read from your men's health article from last year, right? That you
Yeah.
did. And I wanted to ask you what you meant by this quote, okay? So you put, prison is a jungle.
Mm.
If you take a backward step for one person, you're going to have to take a backward step for everyone. What does that mean? It's deep.
I don't have, it's very deep. Like in prison, you even if you even when you're scared and you
Mhm.
think, you know, like there's a lot of things what happen in jail. I don't want to go to the ins and outs of things, but
Yeah.
fear holds you back. And fear, if you let fear hold you back, you're gonna let people see that you're vulnerable, and people are gonna take advantage of it. For
Yeah.
me, I went in there 18 years old, 68 kilos. You know, I was grown men who wanted to take advantage of you. You know, like
Yeah.
take your canteens, and it was like, you know what? That was the times where, you know, I stepped up and I made sure that I didn't take a backward step. I took a forward step where it's, you know, it's things in life, and that's how I look at it. It's things in life that can hold you back because of your fear. You gotta
Yeah.
just look at fear head on and just like, you know what? I gotta hit this fear straight head, like straight ahead, you know. And yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I meant.
I
Like,
deal with that though. I
yeah,
deal with
don't
fear.
take that backward step. Yeah, don't take a backward step. Even if you have that fear, it's
Hmm.
gonna better you when you face it and you take that step forward,
Okay.
because it
Wow.
holds you back. Fear holds you back. Fear holds you
It
back in a lot of,
does.
you know. Uh, I had a fear of heights when I was a kid, and I
Mhm.
remember after one of my fights, I went skydiving, and I said to my trainer, "Listen, the day after the fight, I'm going to skydive." He goes, "What are you going to jump out of a plane for?" But not for him. He didn't know that I had a fear of heights when I was a kid, and I was like,
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna allow something like that fear to hold me back. I had to
Yeah.
go and face it.
Yeah.
Bungee jumping, I did the same thing. It's just like, you know, like as much as I'm scared, it's just like, you know what, that's gonna make me a stronger person. I have to face it. You know, I have to take that step forward, and I done it, and it's made me better for it too. And I like sometimes in life, yes, you're scared, but you just gotta face it and just like move on and just like go hard, if that makes sense.
Okay, so I don't want to ask you this question because your next opponent may be watching this, but do you ever get afraid before you have a fight?
See, I'll be straight up about this. Everyone has fear.
Okay.
Everyone gets scared. It's just we're human beings. We're not built to be strong. We're built to have
Yeah.
weakness. But weaknesses is like a muscle. When you train it and you train it and you train it, you strengthen it up. You know,
Yeah.
fear is good. Fear is good. You know, being scared is good because it keeps you on your tippy toes. When you're too relaxed and you think you're too blasé, like, oh, I have no fear, that's when you're gonna get hurt. But yeah,
Absolutely. Oh my
yeah,
God. See, I read somewhere where actually, no, I didn't read it. Mike Tyson actually said that he got afraid, but the times, I think he only got hit a few times at the beginning of his career. But he
yeah,
said the reason why that he actually got hit or got injured was because he got too full of himself, you know, and he was running around and I can beat anybody up. You know, I'm Mike Tyson, I'm going to kill you. But once he humbled himself, he realized what he was really fighting for, you know, like
yeah,
when you have a past, sometimes when you're put in a situation where you have to fight or flight,
Yeah.
most people will choose to flight. I've dealt with that before because I didn't come
Yeah.
from a strong background. But now I'm changing that narrative where I want to start fighting, but in the right way. You know, not in a way that will land me in jail or land me to hurt somebody, but just to protect what I have. Because one step and one snap could put me in a deep depression again. You know, it's really hard. It's really hard for a lot of people out here, and even dealing with COVID and stuff. So speaking of COVID, has COVID like affected your life or your career in any way?
I got COVID twice.
Me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
twice,
It was
twice.
terrible.
But thank God I'm good. Just
Oh,
yeah, like just had to
ugh.
battle through, and yeah, I'm here. And look, it's unfortunate, as you know, some people haven't survived, and you know,
Yes.
a lot of family who lost loved ones and everything else. And my love and my prayer goes out to all of them. And yeah,
Yeah.
I've been very fortunate. I had COVID twice, and yeah, I'm still here and still healthy and still strong. Yeah, thank God.
What symptoms did you have? Because the first
I
time.
had a bad headache, loss of taste,
Mhm.
um, achy bones. It was just yeah. I had the sweats, but
Yeah.
the second one didn't hit me as bad. But yeah,
See, the
just
first time I got it was at the beginning in 2019, before people really knew what it was.
uh,
It was so
yeah,
bad because I'm an asthma sufferer that I couldn't breathe. Like I was like in the ER for like almost 24 hours, and they couldn't even figure out what it was. Like it's not pneumonia, but I think at the time, because it was so early, they didn't want to actually be like, okay, well, it's something, but we can't really release it to the media yet because COVID
yeah,
they didn't really make it a big thing until like the end of the year. And so I was sitting up there like, well, this is how I die. They don't have no
yeah,
answers for me. They just gave me a thing of pills. Like, about, here, you take these pills and see if you make it. And my boyfriend at the time, he was just like, no, do something. And so I got through it, but I still have some effects from it, you know. And then the second time I got it was last year, and it's just like the same thing, but it wasn't like as bad as the breathing, but the disorientation, the headaches, draining. I couldn't walk. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm gonna lay down all the time. You know, it's just scary because, you know, this is something that we really have to adjust to our lives now. You know, you never
exactly.
know. It's people call it like the new AIDS. I hate to say that. You don't know who has it, and you know, or you know what I'm saying, you have to be cautious with everybody who you're around now. And so
Exactly.
it's just, you know, even with your sport, you know, with you traveling and you know, being around people, you know, you really have to be careful because if your body isn't, you know, completely built up with the right nutrients, and it's a great thing that you don't fight. I mean, that you don't smoke and drink and stuff, because that will lower your immune system. You know what I'm saying? And make you
But,
vulnerable.
you know, for me with the COVID, it's not really about me. It's about getting my family sick, like
Yeah.
my parents and all. That's why I want to be very careful with all that stuff because I don't want to take it home and give it to my parents and everything else. But
Yeah. So
no,
you have mentioned, so you haven't been to the States yet?
nah, but I'm coming. I'm
Oh,
coming.
great. You gotta let me
I'll,
know, man. I'm gonna be right
I will.
there. Oh my
Nah, I'm
God.
coming. Hopefully, the end of this year, I'll be there, and yeah, just trying to see if I can get a debut there and try to make a name over in America. That's where I've always wanted to go. New York, yes, fight a squatter, yeah, fight
Oh,
there and
what
make a
different
name.
style? Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to cut you off. What
No,
different style of boxing, or like, do you do anything like, you know, martial arts mixed in with that too? You know.
no, I used to have some I was a kickboxer when I was a young kid, but I just like boxing. That's it. I'll just stay to boxing. That's for me. Boxing's what I
But what
love.
if they
What I'm
offered
gonna,
you a large amount of money, and they were like, hey, if you learn a little bit of this jujitsu, a little bit of this taekwondo, would you do it?
nah, for me, I just want to stick to boxing. But everyone, you know, everyone swaps and changes these days anyway, you know. But yeah, no, for me, it's just boxing, straight boxing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much more time we have. I want to ask you, oh, do you have any charities? You know, I have read somewhere where you actually, you know, give back within your community. Do you have any charities under your name, or, you know?
No, I have nothing under my name. I'll just go help out when they call me up and say, can you come down and speak to some young kids or help out at shelter homes and all that. And I'm always happy to help at the end of the day, whatever I can do. And yeah, to pay it forward, I will, one way or another.
Well, when is your next title match coming up?
March the 23rd is the next fight. I think it's like 3 weeks away, 3.5 weeks away. Just getting ready. I'm gonna fly out from I'm flying out from Queensland into Sydney tonight, and yeah, just getting ready to getting back in the ring straight away. We're training tomorrow morning, and yeah, it's go time this year. I want to just have back-to-back fights, and yeah, I have a really good team behind me.
You do?
Yeah, really good team. I got my promoter, Brian Amatruda. I got a beautiful trainer, Billy Hussein, Peter Haddon, just my strength and conditioning coach, Hisham. Like, I got a great team. Very blessed. Yeah.
Does your family come? Or I know some families really don't like to, support their.
My parents come. They came to my first fight after I came home, but no, just my brothers and my sisters come to my fight, and that's it. I got all my friends who support me, and yeah, they're here. They're here now, just waiting for me to go. It's like, let's go get some lunch, but yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, I won't hold you, but I wanted to say, please give your sister my love. Is her name pronounced Muna or Muna? Muna. Tell her thank you so much, because if she didn't give me her blessing, we wouldn't be here right now. So
she does everything for me. She does everything. Like,
she's awesome.
Yeah.
Is she younger or older than you?
She's younger by 2 years.
Oh, so she's a boss, huh?
Nah, she is a boss. She's for me. She's like my older sister, because she takes care of me. She does all my paperwork and everything else, and I'm very blessed to have a beautiful family.
Yes, and you're a beautiful person.
No, thank you so much.
This means so much to me. Huh?
No, God bless. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me anyway on your show.
Anytime, like I said, anytime you want to promote any of your fights that are coming up, just let me know. I'll support, share a flyer or whatever, and definitely when you come to the stage, I will be there to support you as much as I can. I'm gonna need a T-shirt, a hat, or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no worries. I'll send you some T-shirts and all over.
Okay. Well, God bless you.
You
all
too.
The best. I'll be looking out to hear that win.
No, thank you. You have a great night. I know it's 8 p.m. over there, or 8:30 p.m.
It is 8:30 p.m. I just got off of work doing 10-hour shift, but I couldn't wait to get off. I was like, I got an interview. I gotta go.
That's all right.
Thank you, man.
No, you take care.
You too.
See you, man.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Ciao. You can end it. There you go. All right. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. This was a really awesome interview. For a lot of the people that were actually leaving comments and stuff, I apologize. I'm still kind of new to doing interviews and all that. But please follow KHALID Baker. His story is amazing. He's an amazing person that comes from an amazing family. So please just support him, and you guys follow me on Instagram, and this video is going to be uploaded on my YouTube. God bless. Y'all have an awesome night.